Hey everyone, welcome to the channel for another Escape From Tarkov weekly weapon showcase video, my 5th so far, this time featuring an M4A1 build that I've been using literally for years. There's not much to say about the M4A1 that hasn't already been said. It has a decades-old reputation in the real world, and has been considered one of the most effective weapons in Escape From Tarkov as long as I can remember. The M4 is good at long range, it's good at close range, and it's good everywhere in between. It has a great ammo selection in the 5.56 category, great muzzle velocity, great accuracy, a high fire rate, and all the customization options you could possibly want. About the only thing you can really say is a disadvantage to using these bad boys is their price, because you're not getting a fully kitted M4 for free unless you take it out of someone's cold, dead hands. This particular M4 build is one that I've been using for a long time, since I first realized you could add the RSASS Handguard to an M4. I've just always really loved the way it looks with the shorter M4 barrel and the tan 5.56 suppressor, so it stuck with me through a lot of wipes. It's not set up specifically for close or long range shooting, but as a versatile go anywhere, do anything rifle. It helps that it actually has some pretty good overall stats as well, and with just a few small tweaks to this build you can get very competitive recoil numbers. So without any further delay, let's take a look at the build, because it's an M4, which means there's a lot of parts to talk about. First off, I begin with a regular M4 with the standard 370mm barrel and completely strip it. To start off any good M4 build, there's a few parts you're going to want to switch, so we'll get that out of the way right now. First, swap the upper receiver for a VLTOR MUR1S receiver from Peacekeeper level 4, because this is going to give you an awesome buff to overall stats right off the bat. You'll also want to swap out the buffer tube for an SI advanced buffer tube at mechanic level 4, again, just for the base recoil buff. Finally, I replaced the gas block with a JP Enterprises 5B gas block and the charging handle with a Raptor charging handle. Both of these just add some ergonomics, which is always a nice touch. Now that I have a good base set up for the M4, I can add the rest of the parts. So starting from the front, we have a KAC NT4 suppressor attached to a KAC QD Compensator. This isn't the top tier option anymore, but it fits the color scheme just perfectly, so I use it anyways. You'll have to go on the flea market for the tan colored suppressor, and if you're looking for an easy way to drop the recoil a bit, you can add the wave muzzle brake and suppressor instead. The next addition is the RSASS Handguard, which actually has fairly competitive stats as well as a really unique look for an M4 handguard. The recoil reduction is only 1% below the top tier option, so you really aren't losing much by choosing this one. You need Remington RAHG rails to add attachments to this handguard, so I get one of each kind and add a Magpul RVG Grip as well as an X400 Flashlight. If you ask me, the RVG is one of the best foregrips because it has a great split of recoil and ergonomics points and a great price point as well at only around $75. If you wanted to add some more recoil reduction here though, go ahead and use the RK1 or RK2 foregrips. As for the X400, it's just a very cost-effective light and laser combo and is honestly attached to pretty much 99% of the guns I build. For the scope, I had to go with my old faithful, the HAMR scope with a Deltapoint reflex sight on top. I've been using this as my main endgame optic since I started playing Tarkov, and I'll probably be using it for a long time to come because it's just extremely versatile and easy to use at pretty much all ranges. For the stock, I went with the tan MOE stock with a rubber butt pad as well, which conveniently fits the look perfectly while also pretty much having best in slot stats. Next up, I add the Naroh Arms Gral-S pistol grip for some big ergonomics gains and more of that skeletal cutout look. I know the PSG-1 grip is the new meta, but I think this grip has a better cost to benefit ratio, plus I just really like how it looks. As a finishing touch on this build, I usually add a Magpul backup iron sight for the one extra ergonomics point. You can't fit a front iron sight on this setup, so you can only use the rear sight. For my main mags on this build, I'm running the PMag 60 round drum since they have the best loading speed and ergonomics of the 60 rounders for M4s, and I generally run them 50-50 with M855A1 and M995 ammo. For the overall stats, this build came out to 51 vertical recoil and 66 ergonomics with the drum mag equipped. I find it perfectly usable as is, but you can easily lower the recoil by quite a bit more if you swap the suppressor and foregrip as I mentioned earlier, and it gets it down to pretty close to meta level stats. For the total cost of this build, if you got the rifle with a 370mm barrel on the flea market for about 60,000 rubles, it will come out to around 270,000 rubles altogether if everything else is purchased from the traders. The mags are also pretty expensive at around 40 to 50,000 on the market, so this is very much not a budget build. Well, that about covers it for this M4A1 build, so I'm going to let some gameplay with this build roll for the rest of the video. I hope you enjoy, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the setup in the comments, especially if you build one yourself and take it out on some raids. Like I said earlier, I've been using this build for a long time, and I can still remember the first time I was far enough along to have money to build my own cool looking M4, and this is what I came up with. Obviously, this version is a bit more min-maxed and uses some newer parts, but it still brings back good memories when I have it in my hands. I'll be streaming more of my progress in the 0.12 patch on Twitch at twitch.tv/jdogthewise, and it'd be great to have you drop by the stream, so I'll leave a link for that down in the description. I send out notifications on Twitter and Discord when I go live, so I'll leave links to those down below as well. Thanks for checking out the video. As always, feel free to leave any comments, corrections, or suggestions down below. And until next time, stay safe in Tarkov City. These guys have been spawning down in the bunkers so often for me lately. And the fucking light. Well, I guess it's back to the flashlight. Okay, legged one to death. He's so close.
А вот тут, друган мой, бывал точно.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
Вон он, гранату! Вон он, упырь!
There you are.
Опачки.
Oh, this is all kinds of fucky.
А, блядь! Чемись нахуй!
Fucking don't get shot in the back, please. We're pretty much the definition of a one-tap. I was like, there's no way you're not dead. Other side, top floor doors open. Yeah, guys on the other rooftop. They don't see us. I can just see them moving through the like trees. So if we get set up a little bit. Right there. Another one. Two more. One just ran into the door. One laid down by the satellite to the right of it. Got some shots on him. You watch the door if you can. Okay, good idea. Okay. I'm gonna move more to the right. Is he peeking? Okay. Oh, yeah, I see this guy moving. He's going for the door. Well, I feel like we can cut him off on the second floor hallway. Yep, here they are. Ooh, flashlight above us, coming down from the third floor. I don't know if they can get to us from the third floor. Oh, it's still shining down. Oh, yeah, two guys at the end of the hall here. They just went into a room. Oh yeah. Loading. I can't tell if they died. Throwing a grenade. One dead here. One dead there. One down. That's a VSS. Never underestimate how good some of those, like, old school FPS peak spots are. Hey, Van Gogh. Thanks for the sub, man. Did Killer just yell at me? Yeah. Yeah, he did. Got him. Oh, that just means that it's gonna take extra durability loss. Oh shit, into the hallway. He's got a fucking nose in.
Left or right?
Left. Careful.
Oh, that's why it wasn't working. No one's letting me do anything back in there.
What do you think? After this one?
Well, I got one more. Ready?
Yep.
Oh, I lied.
Okay, let's just go.
Oh, backed me out again, but it was prepared. I did get one of those.
Close the door.
Can you get out behind us, or?
Got one anyway. Actually.
Oh, I think someone's.
Really? I think someone was sprinting out.
Oh yeah, right behind us, right behind us, behind
shit.
us. He's dead.
The closeness to me shooting you in the back of the head there was actually like I was literally mouthing "I'm sorry." I wasn't taking any chances with that one.
Yeah, from the light.
Oh, Raiders, dude. Nope, you're right. Down the straightaway. Where are my lights pointing? Killed one? Oh, flash
Flashed. I can't see.
Okay, let's see.
I actually
Okay,
can't
yeah, let's
see
just
at all.
get in here. Keep walking straight. Saved that little hatchling's life, I think.
Ах ты хер! Ногу ломанул! Вон он!
Fuck me.
Граната тут! Куда он делает?
Grenades ahoy! Holy shit! Oof, we took down a couple of them.
Вон он, сука!
I think that fucking scav boss guard just teabagged at me.
Вон он! Бать его! Пошел!